Hey everybody, Ryan Sullivan with the Ivory Connection. We're coming back at you here with a little bit of a message this time. People, I think, get things all backwards about me and about the industry all the time. Everybody always tells me, you know, you're in the business of sales. You know, the customer's always right. You're a salesman. Your job is sales, and you should be trying to make as many sales as you can possibly make. That's your business. That is not my business, folks. If I was in the business of sales, first off, I wouldn't be messing around with a bunch of fucking snakes and reptiles and cleaning shit and cleaning rat turds and sweating my ass off every day of my life. I don't do that stuff for money or for sales or for attention. I do it because I really enjoy these animals that I'm working with. I have since I was a small kid. I grew up when I was little. I couldn't tell you anything about anything else, but I could tell you all about every fucking dinosaur that ever fucking lived. And I was like a little 4-year-old kid. My entire passion and everything that I do has evolved from that. I like things with scales. I've always liked things with scales. They've been a huge part of my life and molded me into who I am today. It was always a dream of me to be able to work with these animals. I just didn't know how to do it full time and be able to pay my bills too, which is where we're at now. So, you know, but sales are not the end of the day. And in fact, where I come at with most people, my job is to talk you out of buying a retic today. My job is to talk you out of buying a Burmese python today. My job is to talk you out of buying any living organism at this show today, because I hate it when people buy stuff and then they don't have any research done already. They haven't looked into how to care for this animal properly. They buy it on a whim, and then 6 weeks later they've outgrown it and it's a disposable pet now and it's up for sale on Craigslist. I don't support any of this. If you buy an animal, I think it's your responsibility to own and maintain that animal to the best of your ability for its entirety of its lifespan. It's a fucking living organism, people. This is not a plant. This is not a t-shirt or a baseball card or a Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, whatever the hell you're trying to make this hobby out to be. It's none of that. These are living organisms. It's your responsibility to give them the best that they deserve. You wouldn't treat dogs like this. I hope the fucking gods you wouldn't treat dogs like this, but for some reason it's okay to just treat these animals as kind of disposable, and they should all just be worth a certain amount, and once the market starts to fall on them, they're not worth anything to me anymore, so I move them out of my collection. That's just way the wrong mentality to come about all of this. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect in any way, but I've got like a 36-year-old ball python in my collection that she doesn't belong at all. You know, my whole house is $5,000 animals and world first productions and, you know, these crazy breeder female retics and all this other stuff. But that ball python was the first ball python that I ever fucking came into. I was a young kid. I was a teenager. She was already a teenager when I came into her. It's my responsibility to that animal to do right by her for the entirety of her life. And sometimes I don't think she's ever going to fucking die. And I guess that's okay. You know, I signed up for that. That's what you're signing up for, and the responsibility that you're signing up for with these animals, or at least it should be. If it's not, you know, go buy some house plants or some flowers or something else pretty you can put in the tank and decorate. Because these animals, they live 25, 30 years, or they should. They take care. They take day-to-day care. And if you can't provide that for these animals and appropriately the way they deserve, then you just shouldn't have them. And that's my job, to convey that to everybody that's interested in buying a snake from me. And if I don't feel that you're going to do right by these animals and try to at least provide them with the best care that you can provide them for while they're within your possession until the entirety of their lifetime, I'm not going to sell you an animal, just flat out. I've got retired breeder males in there that aren't going to ever do anything, but they're my pets. They'll be here forever. Once in a blue moon, you'll see me move something out of my collection. Anytime you've ever seen me sell an adult breeder animal or move anything like that out of my collection, it's usually not something I purchased. It's never been something I purchased. It's usually something fell into my lap, I got looking well, I got looking better, I took care of for a few years, and you know, now it's time to move it on to somebody where maybe it could be more appreciated than here in my collection because it's not part of a project or it's not part of a whatever. But I've never gone out and bought a snake, raised it for a few years, bred it, and then turned around and flipped it on Craigslist. Or gone out and bought a snake and then turned around and immediately resold it, unless there was like, it was missexed or something weird like that where I didn't get the animal that I thought I was paying for to begin with. I've had a few of those situations. But if I went out and bought an animal on my own with my money, looking to add it to my collection, it's here for life. That's my responsibility. I signed up for that. That's what you're signing up for, folks. Don't forget it. Ivory Jones, Ryan Soul, the Ivory Connection. Y'all be good.